Adam, the White Hair Master. Season 2. Episode 26. After dealing with the hungry ghost in the construction site, they were about to return to the city when Adam and Sarah met a man. This man introduces himself as Thomas, and he wants to ask Adam for help. His son was in trouble. Although it was getting dark, Adam could not refuse Thomas. So Thomas wrote down his address for Adam and returned home first. Sarah is now driving to the location listed in the address but runs into a bit of trouble. Although the sun has only just set, the fog has spread everywhere. This makes it extremely difficult for Sarah to drive. The strange thing is that Sarah insists that she is not on the wrong track, but for some reason, on the road, the two of them had just passed. There was absolutely no shadow of people or cars passing by. The fog was getting denser and denser, making visibility almost zero. Because the fog was so thick, it made Sarah almost forget about the concept of time. She just controlled the car slowly moving. The road ahead is just an endless white, like this road will last forever with no end. Although not as worried as Sarah, Adam was beginning to sense that something was wrong here. The place where he used to live with his master was an area with a lot of fog. But he has never encountered such an unusual situation. The road ahead was perfectly normal, but Adam found it problematic. Unlike other rough roads in the suburbs, this one was unusually flat. Another unique point is that the trees grow on the road. Very few people pass by. Suddenly Adam yelled at Sarah, asking her to stop the car immediately. Too surprised by Adam's actions, Sarah also panicked and cried out. Although she still did not understand what was happening, Sarah immediately followed Adam's instructions. She slammed on the brake pedal, causing the two to lean forward. Taking a deep breath to regain her composure, Sarah began to ask Adam what had happened. Now Adam said that he noticed something unusual about this fog. Adam is afraid that if they continue to move forward, both will encounter bad things. Adam opened the car door to get out. He wanted to check the road ahead. Since there are so many irregularities here, Adam asked Sarah to come with him. He didn't want to leave Sarah alone in the car in a situation like this at all. The two walked forward about 10 meters. So far, Adam hadn't noticed any danger. After walking a little more, Adam suddenly stopped. He also immediately told Sarah to follow him. Adam then told Sarah to look down at her feet. Less than a second, Sarah cried out in surprise when she looked down. Her legs suddenly softened with fear. The road had disappeared entirely in front of the two of them now, replaced by a cliff. Faced with what she was witnessing, Sarah felt extremely bewildered. From the time of departure until now, she has always followed the map's directions. The car she was using until now had never been so seriously wrong. At this moment, drops of cold sweat continuously flowed on both sides of Sarah's temples. Just a little slower, and the car plunged into the cliff. She couldn't imagine what the consequences would be. Realizing that this is not at all a technical fault of the car, Adam began to pull out a pack of cigarettes from his pocket. He told Sarah to give him a few minutes to deal with this. Holding a pack of cigarettes in his hand, Adam pulled out 3 cigarettes, then lit them one by one and stuck them in the ground. After getting everything ready, Adam told Sarah to close her eyes, and he also told her to keep it that way until he told her to stop. Next, Adam also began to close his eyes. He began to recite something in his mouth that Sarah could barely comprehend. Sometimes it's like a vow. Other times, it's like Adam calling someone's name. After a few minutes, Adam finished what he needed to do. He started to stand up and told Sarah to open her eyes. Following Adam's words, Sarah opened her eyes. The surrounding fog had disappeared entirely. Sarah began to observe everything around her. She couldn't help but be surprised at her seeing. It was entirely not the path she used to know. It turned out that she had entered a highway, but this road was under construction when it was stopped halfway. This is the reason for the existence of the cliff in front. Returning to the car, Adam explained to Sarah that what the two of them had just seen wasn't actually fog. It's like a kind of hallucination that unjustly dead souls cause to passers-by. Because they died unjustly, these souls are not willing. They want to drag others along to reduce loneliness. After regaining her composure and driving for a while, Sarah began asking Adam about the pack of cigarettes he was carrying. Initially, since they knew each other, Sarah had never seen Adam smoke. At this question from Sarah, Adam smiled and explained that although he did not smoke, his job sometimes required cigarettes. The recent case is an example of that. Still wondering what had just happened, Sarah asked Adam about what had covered their eyes. Adam went on to elaborate on these poor souls. According to Adam, he didn't even realize he was being seduced. He only discovered everything based on the anomaly from the road the two were driving. After another 15 minutes of driving, the two reached Thomas's house. As soon as he heard the car, Thomas ran to open the door and waved to the two. He seems to be eagerly awaiting Adam's arrival. To the enthusiastic reception of Thomas, Adam apologized and explained that he had a little trouble on the way here. As soon as he stepped through the gate, Adam noticed Thomas's house. According to Adam, he didn't see many nice houses around here. Thomas must be a man in good economic condition. Hearing these words from Adam, Thomas was incredibly proud. He said that it was all thanks to his and his wife's efforts. After looking at the house's feng shui a little more, Adam followed Thomas into the house. As soon as Adam and Sarah sat down, Thomas's wife immediately appeared. In her hand is a tray of fragrant and hot teacups. Take a few sips of tea and say a few more polite sentences to each other. Adam started to get to the point. He started asking about the condition of his son Thomas. Thomas's wife spoke up. She said that her son is 13 years old this year. The boy was once seriously ill. Since then, he began to have bizarre symptoms. This made his parents very worried. At this point, Thomas's wife was too emotional to continue talking. Tears ran down her face. Seeing that his wife seemed unable to continue talking, Thomas said that the couple had taken their son to many hospitals but could not find the cause. Another strange thing is that his son's disease symptoms are completely non-repetitive. It constantly changes at different times. After hearing what Thomas and his wife said, Adam began to have initial speculations about the boy's condition. But by this time, it was too late. The boy had already gone to bed, so Adam said he would start work tomorrow morning. Although he was very impatient, Thomas understood that it was too late now. Adam also needed to rest, so Thomas immediately agreed with Adam's decision. But an unexpected thing happened. Thomas mistakenly thought that Adam and Sarah were a young couple, so he prepared for the two of them only one room to stay. This made Adam and Sarah both startled and embarrassed. They didn't have time to clean another room, so Adam decided to stay in the living room. A little embarrassed, but Sarah still asked Adam to sleep in the room that was prepared. Adam told Sarah not to worry about him but to go to bed early with a familiar smile. Because he was tired, Adam almost fell asleep as soon as Sarah turned off the light, but in the middle of the night, Adam began to be awakened by loud noises. Reluctantly opening his eyes, Adam began to recognize the noises he heard as screams. Something must have happened to Thomas's son because Adam realized that the scream was from his father.